Hola a todos y bienvenidos de nuevo a mi canal. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're a heritage speaker who hasn't spoken Spanish in years and you're looking for practical everyday ways to bring it back into your life, then this video is for you. I get it. Maybe you're thinking, how do I even start? Or how can I speak Spanish when the words don't come as easily as they used to? You're not alone, and I'm here to show you that it's totally possible to make Spanish a part of your daily routine, even if you haven't spoken it in years. My name is Chelsea, and I'm a heritage speaker of Spanish myself. I spoke Spanish as a child, and later, from ages 12 to 14, I used comprehensible input and self-study methods to relearn Spanish. By the time I was 14, I was speaking Spanish at native level fluency. I also have a bachelor's and master's degree in Spanish linguistics. With my background as a Spanish language instructor and tutor, I've helped many learners just like you reconnect with their language and culture. Before we dive into today's topic, I want to invite you to something special. I'm offering a free Spanish fluency strategy session, where we can talk about your specific challenges and create a plan tailored to your needs. During our session, we'll identify the key obstacles holding you back in your Spanish learning journey. We'll discuss practical strategies and resources to help you overcome these challenges, and I'll help you build a clear plan for gaining fluency and using Spanish in your daily life. I know how it feels to struggle with language skills, and that's why this session is totally free. I want to give you the support you need to succeed without any pressure. I've been through the process myself and understand exactly what it takes. So if you're ready to take the next step in your Spanish learning journey, click the link in the description below to book your free session today. Let's get you on the path to fluency and help you build the confidence you deserve. Ahora empecemos. Now let's get started. Tip number 1 is to start with simple, low-pressure conversations. When you haven't spoken a language for years, jumping back in can feel overwhelming, and that's totally okay. The key here is to start small. You don't need to have long, complicated conversations right away. Instead, look for small, daily opportunities to speak, even if it's just for a few minutes. Here's a simple strategy. Talk to yourself. Sounds funny, right? But it works. You can start by describing what you're doing, even in the most basic way. It could be as simple as saying, Estoy cocinando el desayuno. I'm cooking breakfast. Estoy caminando a la tienda. I'm walking to the store. Estoy pensando en lo que debo cocinar para la cena. I'm thinking about what I should cook for dinner. The goal isn't to have a full conversation, but to get used to forming sentences again and using the language regularly. Even though you might feel a little bit awkward at first, over time it will feel more natural. You could also start by texting a friend or family member who speaks Spanish. Try sending a few short messages. You could write something like, Me voy al supermercado. ¿Necesitas algo? I'm going to the supermarket. Do you need something? No puedo encontrar mis llaves. I can't find my keys. Hoy hace muy buen tiempo. The weather is really nice today. If you're not sure about how to phrase something, don't worry. The more you practice, the more it will come back to you. If you're feeling unsure about starting to speak Spanish more often, I invite you to book a free Spanish fluency strategy session. We can work through your specific challenges and help you develop strategies to practice speaking every day. Click the link in the description below to book your free session now. Tip number 2 is to use Spanish for daily tasks. One of the easiest ways to get Spanish back into your life is by using it in your daily activities. This is a simple but powerful technique, and you don't even have to change your routine very much. Start by labeling things around your house. You could label items in your kitchen, like the fridge, microwave, or pantry. In your bathroom, label things like the soap, mirror, or towel. This is a simple and low-effort way to start reinforcing vocabulary throughout the day. You'll be surprised how much you pick up without even trying. Another way to incorporate Spanish into your daily life is by listening to Spanish while you're doing your daily tasks. You can listen to a Spanish podcast while driving, or even better, while cooking or cleaning. When you do this, you're not just learning new words. You're also hearing the natural flow of conversations. Over time, you'll get used to the rhythm of the language, which will help you recall words more quickly when you're speaking. You could listen to a podcast about cooking, and then try to use some of the vocabulary in Spanish the next time you're in the kitchen. Or if you're listening to a YouTube video, try pausing to repeat what the speaker says. This kind of practice will help keep your ear tuned to the language, making it easier to pick up and recall words when you need them. If you're ready to incorporate Spanish into your daily life and don't know where to start, be sure to book your free Spanish fluency strategy session. And let's figure out a plan for making Spanish a part of your daily routine. Click the link in the description below to book your free session now. Tip number 3 is to create a Spanish-only zone in your daily life. This is where, for a designated time during your day, you only use Spanish, no exceptions. It's like setting up a mini immersion experience in your own life, even if you don't have the opportunity to be in a Spanish-speaking country. Why is this important? Creating a Spanish-only zone helps you immerse yourself in the language on your own terms. You're making Spanish the default language for certain activities. And this repetition helps to rewire your brain, making Spanish feel more natural. You don't need to be in a Spanish-speaking country to make this work. You can incorporate it into your regular day. Here's how you can implement it. First, you can have a Spanish-only time for chores. Pick a time during your day where you can dedicate a block of time to only using Spanish, whether that's during your commute, while you're cooking dinner, or while doing your household chores. For example, while you're folding laundry, listen to a Spanish podcast, or try thinking in Spanish about the tasks that you're doing. You might start by saying things like, voy a doblar las camisas. I'm going to fold the shirts. Or, ahora voy a lavar los platos. Now I'm going to wash the dishes. Another way that you can implement this technique is through Spanish-only screen time. Choose a time to immerse yourself in Spanish media. You could switch your phone settings to Spanish, or watch a show in Spanish with or without subtitles. Watching shows with subtitles is a great way to reinforce what you hear and connect the spoken words with the written forms. Try watching a familiar show or movie, but this time with Spanish audio and Spanish subtitles. This adds a layer of meaning to what you're hearing, which is super helpful for your brain when you're learning or relearning the language. Finally, my last tip to help you implement this technique is to try talking to yourself in Spanish. As I mentioned earlier, talking to yourself in Spanish is actually an amazing way to practice. Whether it's narrating what you're doing, estoy tomando un café, I'm drinking a coffee, or planning your day out loud, voy a estudiar el español más tarde. I'm going to study Spanish later. Por la tarde, voy a estudiar el español. In the afternoon, I'm going to study Spanish. You're building the muscle memory for speaking and thinking in Spanish without needing to rely on someone else. Here's why this works. It's all about making Spanish a part of your daily routine, not just something you try to practice for only 1 hour a week. By committing to this Spanish-only zone, you're forcing yourself to use Spanish in a way that feels natural. Even if you make some mistakes or struggle with some vocabulary, it doesn't matter. What's important is that you're consistently engaging with the language. Over time, you'll feel more comfortable with it and use it without thinking about it twice. For example, let's say you're cooking dinner. You can talk to yourself in Spanish and describe what you're doing. Voy a cortar los tomates. I'm going to cut the tomatoes. Or if you're struggling with a word, use your phone to look it up and keep going in Spanish. This doesn't just build your vocabulary, it also helps you think in Spanish instead of translating from English. By creating a Spanish-only zone, you're making Spanish a more organic part of your life. You don't have to carve out massive chunks of time to practice. It's about integrating it to the things that you already do. You'll be surprised how much Spanish you can learn just by using it while you're going about your day. If you're ready to take the next step in your Spanish learning journey, don't forget to book your free Spanish fluency strategy session. I'd love to help you set up a strategy to get you speaking Spanish confidently every day. Click the link in the description below to book your free session now. So there you have it. 3 daily conversation hacks to help you as a heritage speaker get back into speaking Spanish. The key is to start small, stay consistent, and focus on communication rather than perfection. And don't forget to use Spanish in your daily life through things like labeling, listening to media, and talking to yourself. The more you integrate Spanish into your routine, the easier it will be to reconnect with the language. If you want personalized help in developing a plan to learn or relearn Spanish, click the link in the description below to book your free Spanish fluency strategy session. Así que muchísimas gracias por ver este video. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I can't wait to see you in one of our free Spanish fluency strategy sessions. Hasta luego!